Yeah.
I think we're going to get this going, guys. Welcome to the Camaraderie Supernatural panel. Let's go ahead and, give them some noise. They came all the way out here to Ohio. Excellent. Okay, let's get this started with the roll call. So from me, not me, I'm not going to say my name, but from you to the bottom. Let's hear it out. Say your name and what you do on the series, okay?
Hi there, I'm Kage Ichihashi, or Morgan. I play Pinkie Pie and Scootaloo.
Howdy, mammy. I am Mystic Power Freak, or Courtney. I play Twilight Sparkle. Yes, Spike. I spiked my punch. I'm Twilight Sparkle, Applejack, and I also did Spike's Belch. See, it did take long for me to flub it. I knew I would flub at one point or another.
Hi everybody, I'm Cyberlink420. I'm the co-creator and lead writer of Camaraderie Supernatural. And this is obscenely hot.
I was about to say you found your soulmate, but you took off the mask.
Hi, I'm Huey Fire Shadow. I play Rarity and Silver Spoon. Oh, wait. Got your own.
I'm Game Buddy, or Jeremy, and I'm one of the co-creators with Cyberlink, and I play Rainbow Dash.
Also the last person you would expect to play Rainbow Dash.
We have two Rainbow Dashes.
Sitting between the Rainbow Dashes is Rainbow Dash.
Getting double vision. Oh god.
I'm Rita Chan, and I do a guest voice on one episode as Nightmare Moon, and that's it.
Wow.
And a special one today.
And I'm Rock the Jake. I do the voice of Spike on Camaraderie Supernatural, as well as I play a tree and the second episode.
It's the role you were born to play.
Even though I'm a rock, I play a tree very well.
All right, excellent. Just so you guys know, Camaraderie Supernatural is a bridge series on YouTube. And we're going to ask some questions to their team here. So let's start it off with this. Can you all give us a little bit of a background on your series, like how did it start and everything?
Oh, that's a story. So, for those who don't know, this is not our first foray into the abridged world. We've been doing a Sonic X abridged parody called Sonic F since early 2010, and things are falling, and I'm going to keep my distance from the falling things just to be safe. So we did Sonic F for about a year. Then we wanted to do something for our April Fool's Day. And at about that time, a lot of us had started getting into My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. And we were all watching a couple episodes together, streaming, making jokes. And I'm like, guys, if we keep making jokes like this, I'm going to have to turn this into a full script. And then there's that awkward silence, and I'm like, what have I gotten myself into? So we put together the first episode for April Fool's Day in the span of just over a week. And since then, it got obscenely popular, far more than I could have ever expected. So I just thought, you know what? People like it. We had fun making it. Let's do more. And then we proceeded to make all of 1.5 episodes over the course of the next year and a half. We are really good at keeping a schedule. But thankfully, that hiatus is over, because today, you lucky people are going to be the first people to see Episode 3 of Camaraderie Supernatural, right here, right now. And we will have another episode for you in the span of about 14 months.
But we worked really hard on this, so we hope you all enjoy. I know we certainly did.
Speak for yourself. That took me 30 hours of editing.
Details.
Now, have you guys been involved in the abridged series, like, I guess, portion of YouTube before?
Yeah, we were doing a regular series for about a year before we started Camaraderie Supernatural, and some of us have had guest appearances in other series, like all of us have had appearances in the Null Metal Alchemist series, which some of you might have seen. Any Null Metal fans?
It's by Falero, who plays our Dr. Hoof.
And he's also Yamcha in DBZ Abridged. And we've popped up in stuff here and there, depending on who needs us. But this is our, between Sonic F and Camaraderie, that's our bread and butter in terms of bridge stuff. And it's been going over very well, so we're very thankful to all the fans.
Very thankful. Like, you have no idea.
Absolutely.
All right, this should be a fun question. Give us a day in the life when it comes to production process for Camaraderie Supernatural? How does it go?
That depends on the phase we're in. Usually, I'll watch through an episode, jot down notes, and it's funny because that's not something ponies normally do. Write down whatever I can come up with. Then I'll proceed to do absolutely nothing with it for the span of about 5 months. And then once I've got a full script written out, I'll send it out to any of these fine folks here, have them do their thing, record stuff. They'll send it back to me, and then I'll spend obscene amounts of time in the editing room just putting stuff together. Like, I think I've spent more time working on this episode than anything else I've ever produced, and you'll quickly see why.
I can attest to that.
And there's something different about our series thanks to Dr. Hoof. So that adds a completely different element you'll see here today about the order of the episodes. If you happen to watch any of the extra material that we've made, we had an in-between episode between 2 and 3 that sort of explains why we're deciding to do everything out of order, and it's thanks to Dr. Hoof.
Yes.
So
So we'll be doing a lot of stuff off the book. So
we're a little different, but we're okay with that.
also,
Love and tolerate.
also maddeningly insane
There's that.
and proud of it.
Well, that helps.
What was it like acquiring the team?
Surprisingly not as hard as you would think, considering I've worked with all of these fine folks in previous projects. So it was more or less a matter of, hey, we've got 2 weeks to put this together, or who can we get to fill what roles? And things just worked out for the best, and I'm very, very glad they did. Except when we were doing this episode, because we introduced a lot of new characters this episode. I cast them months and months and months ago. And in that time, it seems like everybody I cast vanished off the face of the earth. So I literally had to pull together an entirely new cast in the span of about 2-3 weeks, which took a severe toll on my sanity.
In other words, there are a lot of special thanks.
Yes,
They
lots
do
of special
for the
thanks.
episode.
Including a little sister.
Yeah. Our guest director for our April Fool's joke this past
Yes.
year.
Yeah, if you look on our YouTube series, which is youtube.com/SonicFseries, there is a short called Pinky's Joyride that was pretty much written and produced by my 8-year-old sister and her pony toy collection.
Take notes, Hasbro. Your target demographic wants vehicular manslaughter.
She makes a cameo at the end of this one.
All right, so I know the abridged community is growing, like people like Team 4-Star, Little Karibo. I want to hear about your personal influences. Like, if you guys can name off some people or some groups of people who really influence your work, who would they be?
Well, like you said, Little Karibo, Team 4-Star, those guys are very, very big influences. I've been lucky enough to get to meet up with them, hang out with them every once in a while, and it's always a treat getting to see them, chat with them. In terms of like my style of humor, I draw from a lot of different influences: Calvin and Hobbes, Police Squad, Homestar Runner, Sam and Max, Animaniacs, stuff like that. But in terms of writing Camaraderie Supernatural, I think my biggest influence is probably the Recollection trilogy from Red vs. Blue. I think that they really sort of nailed the balance between just goofy humor and actual serious plot development and character development. So being able to maintain that balance between story and jokes is something I really try to strive for in writing my scripts and making the episode as good as I can. So that's probably the number one.
Anybody else?
From the actors part of it, trying to imitate a female actor doing Rainbow Dash's voice, I definitely say I just take the drive that a lot of actors in and outside of the abridged community of just always pushing forward with a take. And I personally treat this like I'm getting paid $1 million, even though I'm not, because I want it
I
to.
wish.
I heard that.
Regardless of how it turns out, I want to know I did my best. So definitely all the actors here and any working actors, any guys like Little Karibo and Team 4-Star, from the acting perspective, I just try and do it in excellence, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've done a lot of the singing. I sing for Pinky as well as act for her, and I'm not a singer by any means, but the acting is really crucial to me. I want to make sure that Pinky's characterized the way she should be characterized. she's a very, very special character to me. So it's really important to draw influence from the source material, which is kind of a meaningful thing for our entire series. It's what we draw from. And also influences like Melissa Fawn's Edward from Cowboy Bebop. Edward won't help if Luteveruski the Fourth! That sort of thing.
And I'd like to say I personally draw a lot of influence from Rena Chan. Her and Tara Strong, like the best people ever.
Same here. Tara Strong definitely influenced my Twilight. I know I can sound nothing like her, but that's why I like to add my own spin. Same thing with Ashley Ball. Yeah, open to interpretation, and that's like Applejack's core element, alternate interpretation. And with that, I take a lot of influence from Team Fortress 2, stereotypical accents, just going as crazy as you can, and just anything else I pick up along the way, which you will eventually hear.
As far as me for when I do Spike, it's kind of funny because I was originally asked to try to do Spike just like exactly like Spike from Cowboy Bebop. So I gave it a try, and I'm like, I'm not Steve Blum. So essentially, really, Spike is just me talking a little bit lower than this and then having it pitch shifted up, which seems kind of negates the thing. But
I regret nothing.
Counterintuitive.
But it's just a fun experience. I've never really thought of who my voice acting influences were. I know a lot of my friends have had an influence on me, such as Jeremy and Falero, who lives all the way in England, and even Rena Chan to some extent, just because I watched Newgrounds when I was younger, and Rena Chan was like the biggest thing. It still is the biggest thing. But it's I'll try to be quick. It's really fun to know that you can sort of be yourself and be a role, and it still comes out good, and people like that. So it's really cool.
Excellent. Okay, here's a question for y'all. Where do you hope to see the series in the future?
Ukraine.
Dubbed.
Still running.
I think we have a lot of pretty ambitious projects in the works that are just now being scripted.
Yeah,
and
there's a
spitballed.
really, really big one that I'm in
So-
the process of scripting and putting together a proof of concept with some friends of ours. And that's probably not going to be out until, mid-2014.
So we can safely say that we've got the next couple of years worth of stuff planned out,
Yeah.
both
Absolutely.
in Camaraderie and our other series.
We may be slow, but we
And our
love
own
to take our time to make sure it comes out the
projects.
best way
Yeah.
possible.
Exactly.
All right, awesome. All right, at this point, if I understand, you all have some things you want to show the audience yourself, so I'm going to let you all take it over from here.
We do.
So it's
As
all
I
you
s-
guys.
As I said, we've got the big one. Episode 3 of Camaraderie Supernatural to be premiered for all you fine folks in the audience, everybody watching at home on stream or whatever. I'm not technically literate, which is why it's a very good thing that I'm the one doing the editing. That's a smart decision on everybody's part. And so if we have that all queued up, then let's hit it. Once we get off the screensaver. Somebody back there, help, please.
Thank you.
Best episode ever, right?
Just click.
Woo!
Just click, it'll play on its own.
I hope. Please. Maybe.
It's supposed to play on its own.
Oh no.
You can do it.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, you're good.
spoilers.
You're good.
Spoilers.
It should just play, click anywhere on the screen.
Spoilers, sweetie.
It's not a convention unless there's some technical errors. That's part of the experience.
La 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 la
Built
la.
those little things in.
There's, bring the mouse towards the bottom. Oh,
There we go.
can-
Oh, no,
volume, please.
There we go.
Okay, children, now that we've finished our history lesson on T-Rex's short-lived occupation of Dream Valley, let's talk about cutie marks. Probably the least disgusting part of your journey into adulthood, a cutie mark appears when a colt or filly discovers what their special talent is. And once they make that connection, they'll quickly discover that they're locked into that role for life, forced to give up their dream of touring Equestria in a van with Iron Mare Springsteed, and instead stuck teaching a bunch of ungrateful, snot-nosed little... Anyway, every cutie mark is a vital part of a young pony's life and should be cherished and shared with the world. Except yours, Apple Bloom. No, cover it up again, dear. No pony wants to see that.
Just wanted to let you two know you're invited to my Cutenary this afternoon. Every pony who's any pony is going to be there. And Daddy says as long as we have a certain number of 4 ponies attending, we can pass it off as a charity event and get a tax write-off. Of course, make sure you have something to conceal that monstrosity on your backside. I don't want the guests losing their lunch every time they look at you. See you at the party. Foul flank. This stupid cutie mark is nothing but trouble. Can't I get a new one?
Hate to tell you, Bloom, but I ain't never heard of any pony changing their cute mark after they get it.
But I can't even remember getting it in the first place. The whole night we spent in Celestiana is all a big blur. What I do know is I need to find a way to get rid of this and fast.
Tell you what, why don't you come selling apples with me at the stand? See if we can't get you one of these babies. After all, what could possibly go... This was a mistake.
Hey, you want to buy some apples?
Can't talk, sorry.
Come on.
I'd love to, but...
But what?
I've got a thing.
What kind of thing we talking?
Well, more like 4 things. 4 things and a dragon. Oops, sorry, borrowing this. Gotta go. Pinky, I warned you not to keep the window open.
Dang it, Bloom, you can't go around hassling the customers like that. Who do you think we are, Capcom? Look, why don't you ask around town and see if anyone else can help you out? I'll stick around here and do damage control.
Okay, I guess I can try.
Glad we got that settled. Now to see if I can pass this off as somehow being the apple's fault.
Hey, why the long face, kid? Aside from the whole horse thing.
Dumb tears are no Cutenary this afternoon, but there's no way I can go knowing that every pony's gonna mock me because of my cutie mark causing irreparable mental and emotional trauma and damage to my fragile sack. So I gotta find a way to get a new one, but now I've learned that I'm no good at marketing and I'm completely out of potential leads. And I need your help!
I'd love to, really, but I got places to go. Gotta follow my rainbow and all that.
Oh, come on, Rainbow, please.
Okay, fine. In my experience, there's only one solution to a situation like this. 80s training montage. Hit it! With all this practice, you should be more than ready to take on Johnny Lawrence at the Big Karate Championship.
Johnny, you? I thought they were supposed to be getting me a new cutie mark.
Really? Sorry, can't help you then.
Well, how am I supposed to get a new cutie mark?
Did someone say new cutie mark?
Pinky? Where'd you come from?
I just got done dealing with 4 things and a dragon using nothing but a fake turtle, a pair of unmatched socks, 73 gallons of melted butter, and an apple that conveniently showed up just in the nick of time. Someday maybe I'll tell you the full story. Anyway, follow me.
All right. So what are we gonna do to get my new cutie mark?
We're making cupcakes.
Huh?
The delicious treat, silly, and not the horrible abomination that corrupts your perception of everything you know and love.
Okay. Well then, where do we start?
All you have to do is take a tail of lemur, toss in 1 or 2. Now just throw in a pony severed femur and mix it in with our brew. Stir it all up and let it boil. Add some oxen blood for flavor. Add a pint of beer, mix it up, my dear, and don't let your courage waver. Cupcakes, so super yummy cupcakes, approved by gummy cupcakes. Cupcake, cupcake, cupcakes. Whoopsie! That wasn't my cupcake recipe. Those were the ingredients needed to summon a Lovecraftian eldritch abomination from beyond our plane of existence. Oh well, you make sure not to make eye contact with it. I'm gonna go find a shotgun. Did I miss something?
Twilight, you gotta help me.
What's going on?
I've been trying to get rid of this stupid cutie mark all afternoon, but all I've been able to do
ask again. What's going on?
Just magic me up a new cutie mark, quick!
I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that.
Please, 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 please!
Okay.
Well, that's better than the one I... Oh.
Can't say I'm surprised.
One more time!
Okay, seriously, I'm getting a migraine. Can we stop now? Where does Pinky keep her booze?
Well, that settles it. I just won't go after all. I don't mind. Better be named a social recluse than to keep embarrassing myself like this. After all this, I wouldn't be caught dead showing up at... Freaking Murphy's Law! Really should have seen that coming. Whatever. I gotta get out of here fast. I can't let any ponies see me. Well, that didn't work. Time for plan B. When in doubt, BS your way out. Well, if it isn't Apple Gloom, how should I put this? Corrupty mark? Oh, that old thing? I got rid of it.
I'm sorry, you what?
Oh, yeah, totally. It's amazing what kind of work you can do with plastic surgery these days. Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got people to go, places to meet, blah, blah, blah. See you later. Finally, I'm home free. Now it's a straight shot to the end.
Don't look right at it, sweetie. It'll put the devil in you.
Why does this universe hate me?
The wonders of plastic surgery, huh?
Nice try,
Foul flank.
Hey, back off, you. What gives you the right to judge her cutie mark?
Well, just look at it. It's repulsive, and so is she.
Her cutie mark, maybe, but her? Not a chance. She's not settling for what life gives her. She's actively trying to better herself and achieve a higher purpose.
She's willing to do whatever it takes to shape her own destiny, rather than let some pitcher on her backside choose for her. Your cutie marks, however, say that you're destined for a life as a self-centered, spoiled brat, and you're perfectly okay with it.
Fine by us. After all, you're really good at it.
Who do you think you are saying that to me?
Simple.
Your cutie marks! They're just as offensive as mine!
Yep, but it's never stopped us before.
As well it shouldn't. You girls are really something else.
What? But they're all little harlots!
That's certainly not what I'm seeing. These three are constantly searching for ways to better themselves, rather than submit to everyone else's expectations. And instead of taking the easy way out, they're going the extra mile to rise above and beyond. You totally gotta respect that.
Wow, you're the coolest! You guys are totally my new heroes.
I don't even remember why I came here in the first place.
Hey, that is not fair! Paying attention to other ponies at my party is against the rules!
At last, sweet intoxicating relief.
I can't believe we all had similar cutie marks this whole time and didn't realize it.
Yeah, well, I can't believe you and Sweetie Belle have never met. I mean, aren't your sisters BFFs or something?
Details. Well, as long as we're friends now, we should work together to find a way to change our cutie marks.
We should come up with a name for ourselves.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Okay, names. Any ideas, Scootaloo?
The Cute Commandos?
The Cuteness League of Equestria?
How about the Cutie Mark Correctors? Let's do it!
Nothing's gonna stop us
Victory
now.
to those who persevere!
Dear Princess Celestia, it's easy to take the path of least resistance and do just enough to meet expectations. But whether you're working for a cutie mark or producing a parody, going off the beaten path and putting in that extra little bit of work can often lead to more interesting results. Never give up on something that proves to be difficult, because it could pay off in the long run.
Also, keep that moonshine of Luna's coming. Mama needs her fix.
Equestria girls, we're pony fabulous, fast, fun, fierce, we drop, Jimmy drop. Cutie marks represent, now put your hooves up.
Wait for it.
I can power a small city with my whining.
That was excellent. Very good.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
All right, so do you have any other announcements you want to tell everybody?
Let's see.
What time is it now?
It is about 1:30.
Okay.
Okay.
We can maybe open up for 10 minutes of Q&A.
Okay.
And then do our last thing in 1:40.
Sure. You want? We'll just want to open it up for some general Q&A. If y'all have any questions for us about
The show, the
the
episode.
series, Sonic Paradox, just what have you. Right up here.
Just one thing about the writing process. How much does it go into think of the jokes and when you watch a show and I know it's you may riff on it, but with some of these more elaborate jokes, how do you come up with things?
Sometimes just random ideas, figuring out how to rewrite a scene to make it funnier, just trying to come up with something that fits the personalities we've established for the characters, and just whatever immediately comes to mind when I see a scene, or if there's something that's worth sort of poking fun at, like when we get to the gala episode, I'll probably have something about the one-eyed guy that shows up for a frame or two. It's more or less just finding what I can to riff on and figuring out a way to expand that into sort of a larger joke or a theme for the episode.
And I think just from reading the scripts and knowing your process is that the scripts go through 4 or 5 or more revisions.
At
Like
least.
there's you and Jake and Falero and even us actors might run jokes by you and ad-lib, but it seems like it always comes from what's funny and what's worth making really funny.
Yeah. Anybody else?
There's a question back there.
Yeah, not that trying to instigate or anything, but what do you guys think of the other parodies?
I think we were here first.
I absolutely love witchcraft in their songs. That's just me. Absolutely.
I think the thing is that all of the different abridged series for MLP that have popped up, witchcraft, mentally advanced, all that stuff, everybody's got their own different take on it and serves different niches.
Mhm.
So I don't think there's really an issue with just multiple series of the same thing existing at once, as long as they're not sort of trying to ape each other or to
Mhm.
instigate some sort of mass abridged series war that's going to end with bodies in the streets and everything.
Basically, co-abridge exist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mutual respect.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's if you go into something like a series or anything with that attitude of thinking people are gonna rip you off, I think that shows in your work. So I know I try and avoid that personally, and I think most of us do.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, there are so many series that you really do have to find a way to be different and to stand out.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're just going to get lost in the fold or be constantly compared to somebody else.
So it's good creative encouragement.
Yeah.
Oh. You go ahead.
What's under Apple Balloon, Sweetie Belle, and
Oh, they would.
Oh, I
Spoilers,
know
sweetie.
what's under there, but it is top secret. It is not being revealed anytime
we wouldn't
soon.
get invited back.
In the
if we
immortal
did.
words of River's song, spoilers, sweetie.
There you go. Yes.
And speaking of spoilers, what episode are you going to parody next?
I can announce that the next episode we are going to adapt is the Cutie Mark Chronicles. The origin story episode at long last. Oh, you should be absolutely terrified of what
Run.
I'm going to do. I need Ritalin.
I think someone was trying to ask a question. Yes.
The future?
I think we have a slight teaser in the works that might be the next couple of weeks, depending on how far along we get as far as scripts go.
Yeah.
If you want to know the next release date, just take your birthday, multiply it by 3, divide it by 2, and then roughly somewhere around there. You know.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, you're worried about making the pothole bigger?
We're going to try and self-contain our own.
I'm
script
flying right
holes.
into the plot hole. I don't know about you guys.
It feeds us, drives us.
My voice is a plot hole.
Oh, you know.
One meaning,
Sprout
please.
wings and fly.
Everybody's sick.
Well, because I keep constantly switching accents.
No, I got a
have-
question actually, if you don't mind me asking.
Yes.
If y'all can pick another series to abridge, what would it be?
Oh.
I made an Inuyasha bridge pilot years ago that never got off the ground, and thankfully it will never see the light of day if I can help it.
Okay.
Never, ever,
Well.
ever,
Hush.
ever.
Oh, now you
Well,
gotta.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, we were going to make a Pokemon Abridged series. And
Yes.
then Celeste Orion decided he didn't want to get off his butt and do it.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, Celeste Orion couldn't join us. He's the one behind Fluttershy. He was too shy.
very shy. But
Does anybody else have anything?
Go ahead.
Well,
I'm actually, it's been a while since I made another episode, but I'm currently working through Love Hina Abridged, making my own. And a while ago, it was nothing serious, but we joked that we would make a parody of this new anime that's been coming out for a while now called Polar Bear Cafe.
oh, yeah.
Because it's just so silly and like, actually,
Polar
it'd probably be kind of hard to parody it because it's so random and all over the place, sort of.
Yeah. And I don't do parody series as often. I'm actually working towards being a film student, so I've got a Doctor Who fan film in the works. Just throwing that out there. But there was one time when I was thinking of doing short Chester A. Bum style pony episodes as Pinky and having her just recap an episode like Chester A. Bum. So that might eventually happen, maybe for the next season. So maybe look out for that.
As for things in the works, I don't really have anything in the works as of right now, but way back I used to do like a radio drama of, if anyone's familiar with the video game Earthbound, or better known as Mother, I used to do something called Mother Said Not To, which was pretty much just short radio vignettes of just things going on in the universe and just an excuse to flaunt my porky voice. Spaghetti.
I don't have any series that I would personally like to start abridging. I am more of an actor's actor than a writer, but I can say, you guys know Egophiliac's Moonstuck comic? Well, Tyler Carson is the one behind the Moonstuck dramatic readings on YouTube, and I can't tell you what yet, but I'm going to be involved with those eventually. So that's it. Oh, thanks.
Together,
Do you have anything you wanted to plug, Rena?
Oh.
Any projects?
No, I was gonna say I've done Phoenix Wright parodies before. I used to write one for like every Ace Attorney game that came out, but
I miss those.
I got one more to adapt.
Any more questions from the audience? Put your thinking cap on. Come on. All right, I'll give you some time. I got a question for you all. What would you say to a person who asked you, how do I get involved in the voice acting community?
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm asking that.
Give her all of the microphones.
Yes. Kira does have a whole panel on that tomorrow morning. What time is it?
10:30. Oh, it's all of us from Silly Philly.
Okay. But as somebody who does, I know I started out just doing friends projects and recording other things, is you find a site like Voice Acting Club or the Voice Acting Alliance or some little group that has kind of a semi-professional audition things, and you just kind of you need to be a sponge that absorbs. Like, if you like an actor, go to their website if they have one, listen to projects they have. The best thing is to not expect to jump into it and be like, nail the auditions and get projects. It always has to be a learning process.
Find a good comfort food.
Yeah.
And it also gives you an opportunity to like try out a lot of different things so you can kind of find your niche. And then once you know what your niche is, break it to the ground so you can I did have a train of thought. Break it to the ground so you can always
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Basically find what you're comfortable with and then keep going further.
Yeah,
see what you can do. Just tread the waters, do whatever you need to.
Become aware of your vocal range, how low your register goes, how high your register goes. Don't just think that you have to voice act online. Find experience in any acting groups. I'm a theater major. That's where I get my acting training. And then also I'm a radio DJ. So if you can offer your voice to your local radio station, say, hey, I'd love to do some production work for you if you need somebody to do work for free. Start out working for free because eventually you get paid work because you make connections and you start to network. That's really beneficial. And also you can produce stuff and then put together a demo reel. And demo reels are what gets you to work with people that will pay you. I've been working with Happy Harry recently, so that's really exciting for me. I'll be involved in some of his upcoming projects, but he's hired me before, and that's all thanks to having a demo reel that he could find available. So demo reels are wonderful.
I would definitely recommend doing that. And even if you want to just start out doing impressions, because that's what I've been doing, I literally have not done one original voice in my entire life, and somehow I have ended up with 900 subscribers. So really just do what you like and stuff that you know that you can do, and just try what you can.
Yeah, I think just to say one more thing, to paraphrase Rob Paulson, who's been working in cartoons for decades. He's Yakko Warner, Pinky, the original Raphael, and he has a podcast, by the way. It's called Talkin' Tunes. I'd highly recommend listen to it because he gives out great advice. But the thing it really boils down to is like that all of us have said is that the most important part of voice acting is acting. So even if it starts with auditioning for stage plays at your local theater troupe or radio things, if you walk up to somebody and say, oh, well, I can do a great SpongeBob, well, Tom Kenny's not dead, so.
Much as Twitter wants you to believe it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably the most important part is practice. You can do everything from reading the paper to just to get that acting experience under your belt.
Yeah, and on the same note, I would say even if you don't have a good vocal range, then that really shouldn't be an issue. Like if you've only got one or two voices you can do, just refine them to the point where you can do them basically better than anybody else, because odds are somewhere a project will pop up that's looking for exactly that voice type. So if you're comfortable with that voice and you can use it really well to your advantage, then just take advantage of that.
DJ Pone 3?
I've got a question for the VAs. I haven't had much professional acting experience. Like, I haven't taken much classes. However, I have pretended with my brother for over 10 years. right before we went to bed, and I'm kind of self-taught. Would that actually help?
I think it would help.
I think most of us were self-taught, at least at the beginning.
I think
Having
that's where
an imagination is great.
Absolutely. I would say anything like that helps. The best thing you can do is to get feedback from it, which is another thing those websites we mentioned do, is people will give you feedback on reads. Just the most important part to think of is when you get feedback on something, if somebody says something isn't exactly right, they aren't judging you as a person, they're judging your performance, because literally what directors and producers want, they want you to knock it out of the park because that makes it easier for them. So yeah, the best thing, play pretend, talk to yourself, read books aloud, watch cartoons. I think any of that helps.
Post stuff on YouTube.
Yes. Post stuff on YouTube and look for the great feedback.
Comments about,
I've learned.
And if you have great ideas, if you want to start a series of your own, by all means, I'd love to go watch it.
There's a young lady over here who.
I think some of us have recorded in our closets. I know that's where I started out.
I record in my car under a blanket.
I was going to say I've recorded in my car before. Confined space blankets are a wonderful thing to have around just to, soundproof. You don't want reverberation.
And if you have, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, and if you have something like a hand mic or a USB mic like what I have, a trick I learned is that if you put like a sock over it, it kind of serves as a bit of a filter to like cut down on pops and clicks and noise. And if you have like a sound editing program like Audacity or what I use, Goldwave, they have great features like removing noise. That way you can make it as crisp and clear as possible.
And sometimes your producers will request that you do not do noise removal because they want to have the raw file to do the editing themselves, and make sure that you're very clear about that. Ask questions. Never feel afraid to ask your producer questions, and always welcome retakes. When they ask for you to provide a redo, it's nothing against you. They're trying to have the best project possible, and they want the best performance that they can get out of you. And that's the point of the director, is they're trying to direct you so that not only they look good, but you as an actor look really good, because your performance is what matters.
Okay. I think we have time for about one more before we want to move on to our last bit. Some Wonderbolt's hoodie. What's the beef with Capcom was the
Legends
answer. 3! I'm afraid Luke is an avid Mega Man fan.
Ish.
Ish. A little. Just a playful dig, I think.
Yeah.
And my personal opinion, I wish they would do some more things with Darkstalkers, my favorite Capcom series personally, but
it's coming. Mark my words.
I'll take you.
That's my series.
Don't get me started.
Okay. So the last thing we'd like to do is we'd actually like to do a little trivia giveaway. I've got some prizes up here. I've got everything from a Lily Blossom, the Not Derpy McDonald's toy. I've got 2 custom Celestia and Luna figures, and a functioning VHS copy of A Very Minty Christmas. And it may or may not have something tucked into the back here, but you'll just have to wait for that. And the last thing we have is a signed poster of that.
Signed
Diamond Tiara, Silver Spoon from all of our cast. That are
And
here.
to a lesser extent, I have a note prop that I used for my con announcement video. I signed it and I drew a little figure of my little character, Rock, on it. So if you want it, and if you answer the question right, you can get it.
We have a one-of-a-kind items up here.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
start with the ones from the thing we just showed.
Okay, we've got the first few questions are about the video we just watched, and then the other questions are about other videos we have. So who's actually seen our other episodes? Anybody? Okay, so we've got a good chance here. Let's see.
Yay.
We want to just pass this down and read questions. You want to do yours first, Jake?
All right, yeah.
All right. This is for Jake's note, and go ahead whenever you're ready.
Get ready for my Spike impression. Whose birthday was it in episode 1? Hint, it wasn't Moondancer.
Now this is our series. Whose birthday was it in episode 1? Just throw up your hand if you have a guess.
You.
In the back?
Yes.
Mike's birthday.
Come up here, I'll meet you in the middle.
Come up here to receive your prize.
You want to read one?
So we just gonna be passing it down?
Yeah.
First.
Sweet.
We've only got 5 questions though, so
There we go.
I can skip over mine and pass on to you.
We have next question for the Lily Blossom McDonald's toy.
I shall do this in my cheerily voice, because that's what was in that. Whose seal of approval was on Pinky's cupcakes?
Oh, first hand I saw was right there, white shirt. Gummy seal of approval. Approved by Gummy.
All right. What are we giving away next?
Let's see. How many questions do we have? 1. 2. Okay, we have 3 questions left. I would say that one right there at the top. And this is for the customs.
Okay. In episode 2, what series was the music from during the final Nightmare Moon confrontation? Oh, blue one.
No, close. Final battle. Twilight's giving her big speech. They all come together, fire a big blast. Oh, close.
No.
We're talking about the final fight.
We're getting
Any other
there.
guesses?
Back there?
No.
Let's see. Can we give him a hint? Hint, it's from an anime that's very twisty.
Try again?
It's Gurren Lagann.
There
Yes!
you go. The Giga Parody Breaker. There we go.
Well, that was one of them. That's good.
Okay.
This would
Hope
be
you're paying
for
attention, because here's the next question. Pinky and the doctor solved a problem with 4 things and a what? I think I saw your hand come up first, Pink Hat.
They solved that with a 4 things and a dragon.
That's
it.
correct.
Come on up. Got not only this, Friendship Express fixed version.
So, who wants to ask the last question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Final question.
Last one is.
Last question for the signed poster.
Oh dear.
All right. Name any of Pinky's possible code names from episode 2.5.
This is the one with Dr. Hoof. Says Pinky's going to be her secret partner. Pinky rattles off a bunch of code names. What would Pinky?
Doctor?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it. The other ones were the Pink Knight and Lady Cupcake.
And even if you weren't able to get a prize, I think you're all very special bronies.
I'm a tree.
Oh, man, thanks a lot.
We love all of you.
Are we good, guys?
I think that's all the time we have.
All right, let's make some noise from I can't even do it. Camaraderie. I can't say that.
Thank you very
Camaraderie
much.
is supernatural.
Thank you so much. We love y'all.
Thank you all very much.
Thanks, guys, so much. We wanted to give a shout out to our animators that helped us with that episode. Was a Broken Wavelength helped with the punch out gag, and
Gust 198 did the entire oven scene.
they busted their butts, and we wish they could have been here.
And Boz drew the derpy Sonic in episode 2.
And everybody at the Canterlot Gardens, thank you all so much for hosting us. This has been such a wonderful experience. Thank you guys for being a great audience, and thanks to Luke and Jeremy for putting all of this together for us.
Thank you, guys.